I finally did it. The best bit is, I don't think I realised. It's just gone 7 AM on a Saturday morning. And as I was walking up the hill to do a completely different, unrelated video to this one, I did think to myself, finally did it. I want to show some appreciation to you guys, the people that helped me on the journey to here, and share some of the good and bad stories that led to this point. Some of the stories horrific, essentially getting me to this place, but I wouldn't be the person or man I am today without going through that and learning and essentially building this whole channel around secondhand golf clubs. And I'm honestly the worst for this, always looking ahead and not necessarily realizing what you've got around yourself. And I think especially having kids now, 2 of them, you're constantly wanting to provide, you're constantly wanting to do better, you constantly want to better yourself as a person, human being, father, husband. But I'll share a story with you, and I won't tell you where it was or who I worked with or even the name of the person, but I remember being a club fitter, or in the position of club fitting. I was quite a young professional in my career and quite new to the job as well. And I remember a lady on the range by herself, no one else on the range, and I was presented with a 9-wood and told go and get her to try it. Now this lady had a driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, 7-wood, then hybrids, then irons, then putter. There was everything in the bag, and she couldn't really hit the driver more than 140 yards. Yeah, I was new to the job. I went up to her, we had a chat, talked about the 9-wood. She wanted to try it, tried it, and to be honest, again, like the 5, 7, 6 hybrid, they all went the same distance, 110, 120 yards, something like that. But she was still eager to try it and potentially put it in the bag, and I kind of talked her out of it. Went back into the pro shop, bit of disappointment, didn't necessarily pass the litmus test, let's say, and then we moved on into the day, and I didn't think twice about it. Only for a week later, me see the same lady on the driving range with that 9 fairway wood in the bag. But I do think about that lady quite often. I do think about that 9 fairway wood as well. Golf is very similar to life, especially in my eyes. There's a lot of quick fixes, a lot of plasters, a lot of placebo effects. But after a week, 2 weeks, a month, the problems are still there, and that's exactly the way I look at golf equipment. Yes, you might get this offset driver, yes, you might get a chipper, yes, you might get a wedge. Potentially they're going to exaggerate your mistakes because that club is offsetting whatever flaws you have in your swing anyway. And one thing that I'm definitely a culprit of and a hypocrite is not enjoying the journey enough. And if you had told 13-year-old Simon, who first stumbled across YouTube, that by the age of 31 you'll be a full-time YouTuber, as well as selling and buying second-hand, well, to be fair, I didn't really care about golf at that time. It was mainly just Call of Duty and FIFA. And also the fact that you got a girl to like you enough to then marry you and have 2 kids, he would be over the moon. And here's another origin story which I really couldn't believe when I met Nick at sub 70, and how intertwined his life is with mine, as he knew the gentleman that was selling Vega iron heads in the UK, in Hereford, about a couple of units down, and he saw this box of Vega heads, 3 irons, 5 irons, 6 irons, and he asked the gentleman what's he going to do with them, and the gentleman said, I'm probably going to throw them away. Nick said, don't do that, put them on eBay, someone will have them as a job lot, and he did for £100. And I bought that Vega job lot, and a lot of you OGs that know the channel, watch the channel, will remember the 4, 5, 6 videos that came from those iron heads. And not only that, pretty much converting and catapulting my channel to 90% second-hand equipment. Nick hadn't told that guy to put those heads on eBay, I don't know if we would be as this far along as we actually are. But the journey has evolved, and the dream is still very much alive, as I wanted to be a full-time golfer. And it's people such as Blackberry Cleaning and the guys Tom and James, Pharoah Golf, that basically just supply me with good looking hats. But potentially there might be a future to work together, as well as Foresight Sports. Now we've got the launch monitor on the channel. But at the core of it all, 2 things have to stay constant. Number 1, I'm able to be out on the golf course at the age of 31, provide for my family, enjoy and love what I do. And second to that, provide information to make this game more accessible. Kind of have that second voice on second and older equipment, not necessarily the brand new stuff that keeps on coming out. And to be honest, I probably sound like a broken record. I know there's a lot of people that love brand new equipment, work hard, want to spend money on their equipment, and then you have me week in, week out going, don't buy brand new stuff, go and get this 50-year-old hybrid from Ping. And I guess a small part of me wants to make this video to tell myself, when you don't necessarily have a good day, to get a grip in terms of what I get to do on a day-to-day basis. There's millions of people in this world that are so far worse off than myself, and not only do I get to play the game of golf, which I have no idea what kind of percentage that puts me in terms of quality of living, but I also then get to call it my job, that I get to wake up in the morning, make videos, make content, try and sell golf clubs, and at the end of the day get to go home, see my wife and see my kids. So therefore, on days where I get annoyed, frustrated, angry over view counts, retention rate, clubs that weren't described as they were when I bought them, the trivial stuff in life that potentially ruins my day is minuscule and unmeasurable to some of the things that people probably have to go through on their day-to-day lives. And it's for that reason alone why I titled this video, I finally did it.